Domestic policies aside, America has often billed itself as a promoter of freedom globally. But how is its foreign policy record in recent years? On January the 3rd, 2020, a U.S. drone strike near the Baghdad International Airport killed Iran's top general, Qasem Soleimani. 9 others were killed, including the deputy chairman of Iraq's Popular Mobilization Forces. The killings sent shockwaves throughout the region.
خب این ترور که واقعا میشه اسمش یک ترور بین‌المللی گذاشت و به دست بزرگترین تروریسم بین‌المللی خب یک برای مردم ایران و حتی دولت، یعنی برای دولت و مردم ایران خب خیلی سخت بود این. اما خب باز نشون داد که آمریکا از هیچ گونه راهکاری که بخواد آسیب بزنه به جمهوری اسلامی ایران دریغ نمیکنه. خب میبینید در یک کشور ثالث که حتی آقای قاسم سلیمانی به دعوت اون کشور میره، در کشور ثالث میاد یه عملیات تروریستی رو رقم میزنه. خب واکنش مردم شما میتونید در این تشییع جنازه ببینید.
Although the White House promised to cut military intervention abroad, as of early 2020, the U.S. still maintained military presence in many countries, including Syria, Afghanistan, Yemen, and Iraq. Speaking in June 2019, former U.S. President Jimmy Carter pointed out America only enjoyed 16 years of peace with other nations in its 242-year history. This, in his own words, made the U.S. the most warlike nation in the history of the world. A Brown University study says fighting in 4 countries, including Afghanistan, Iran, and Syria, has cost American taxpayers $6.4 trillion since 2001. That figure is $2 trillion more than all federal spending in 2019. And more than 801,000 people have died as a direct result of armed conflicts. Coupled with these wars are Washington's economic sanctions. Critics say sanctions as economic warfare have caused destruction and suffering, in many cases leading to shortages of medicine and malnutrition. Official data show the U.S. has sanctions in place against more than 30 countries, including Iran, Venezuela, Russia, Syria, and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. More than 7,000 companies, groups, and individuals are also targeted. Some have been reported to lead to deadly consequences. The U.S. has unilaterally withdrawn from the Iran nuclear deal and reinstated sanctions, even as the UN said Iran was keeping its commitments under the deal. America's decades-long sanctions have crippled Iran's economy. Despite doubts of its effectiveness, America's more than 6-decade-long embargo against Cuba has also kept the Cuban economy in a constant state of struggle. Adding a new dimension to all this is America First doctrine.
The America First policy is against multilateralism, is against actually international cooperation. It is based on nationalistic policies and approaches.
Since 2017, the U.S. has withdrawn from the Paris Climate Agreement, the Iran nuclear deal, the UN Human Rights Council, the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, and the list goes on. U.S.-based Human Rights Watch says the country has moved backwards in that area, both at home and abroad. It is true that Americans still enjoy many freedoms, but as our stories show, America doesn't always practice what it preaches when it comes to freedom and equality. And if anyone in Washington thinks the country's human rights standards should be indiscriminately promoted, they should perhaps think again.